man, the myth, the legend joins us now. Please welcome Lin-Manuel Miranda. Hello. Welcome to Australia. I know you're in Brisbane, and I love that you've brought your mum along for the trip as well.
Yeah, I've been here doing interviews, and my mum has been hugging koalas. She literally, just before this interview began, she just showed up and held up this big... Hi.
Oh, getting to know the locals. I love that. In fact, we saw you mixing with some of the locals as well. We saw this gorgeous clip of you watching your episode of Bluey with the team behind the show. What was that like, to be working with such an iconic Aussie show?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, Bluey is the one show my whole family can agree on. When we started watching it, my boys were the same age as Bluey and Bingo, and so you know, it really is like our family show. When we listen to the opening theme, we do the dances. I have to do the dad's dance. He does the shower dance, and we all watch it together. So it was wonderful to meet the creator and the incredible animators who put it together.
So you saw Hamilton last night in Brisbane. You've played Alexander Hamilton yourself. You are iconic in that role. What's it like watching someone else bring him to life?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's not a case of compare and contrast. It's more of you commiserate. When you play Hamilton, you're part of a fellowship, a very small club that not a lot of people are in, and you know, you talk about stuff like, what do you do when the turntable doesn't work? What happens? Where do you breathe during the Battle of Yorktown? Because I could never find a good place to do it. And it's my own fault. I wrote the song. So I had a wonderful time talking to Jason Arrow, the wonderful actor who plays Hamilton here in Australia.
Is there anything that he has done that you look at and go, damn it, I should have done it like that?
Yeah, but you know what? You think of it more as a shared curriculum. I remember, you know, I performed the show for a year, and then there were a lot of other productions, and then I went back in and I performed the show in Puerto Rico for 3 weeks, and I stole from all the other Hamiltons. You just pick all the best stuff.
Hamilton is now a global hit, but I think before this became a thing, Hamilton was sometimes described as a forgotten founding father. What was it about the character that made you think, you know, I can actually turn this into something that is a smash hit global musical?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking in those terms, obviously, because how could you? I'd be pretty insane if I were. But I do remember thinking, reading Ron Chernow's wonderful biography of Hamilton, and three things struck me. One, I didn't know that he grew up in the Caribbean and came to New York around the same age that my dad went from growing up in the Caribbean and going to New York. And then the biggest thing was he was a writer. He wrote about his circumstances so vividly that he transcended those circumstances. And to me, that was my point of identification with him. This is actually a writer who, every time he puts pen to paper, he changes the world and he changes his own life. And that seemed really worthy of writing about and exploring.
I wonder if, while you're out here, you're sort of scouting the globe for your next potential historical musical. And in saying that, have you heard about the story of Harold Holt, our former Prime Minister?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. And I also want to sort of put a damper on it. I'm not writing another historical musical.
OK, well, just in case it whets your appetite at all, we had a Prime Minister back in the 60s who we lost. Yeah, we don't know where he is. We don't know what happened to him. It's a huge mystery. So if you are looking for inspiration, you know, this is true, I've sent your people about 30 emails pitching this idea, and for some reason, you've never responded. And I can't imagine why.
Well, listen, you've got some amazing musical writers. I think Tim Minchin, Eddie Perfect. These are all wonderful candidates to tell the story of your missing Prime Minister.
I'm so sorry, Lin-Manuel. They've all said no as well.
Yeah, look, obviously you were like 4th or 5th on my list. I've been on a lot of people, and no one's interested for some reason.
Of course.
Lin-Manuel, we will have to leave it there. Hamilton is on now in Brisbane. Please also check your junk mail for emails from Michael here. There's quite a few of them there. Would you please thank Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Thank you, everybody.